Yes, let us start with your question number 2 of exercise 1.1. Here you need to find out show that any positive integer is of the form 6q plus 1, 6q plus 3, 6q plus 5, and that you need to prove only for the positive odd integers. So let us apply the Euclid division lemma. Apply Euclid's division lemma on some real number a and 6. It means if we divide a with 6, we'll get a quotient and a remainder. But we are dividing it with 6. So what should be the condition on the remainder? What should be the maximum value of the remainder and what should be the minimum value? The minimum value of remainder will be 0. Means a is completely divisible by 6, or it can be 1 also, it can be 2, 3, 4 as well as 5. We can't take 6 here. If we take 6 means obviously the number will be divisible by 6 itself. Then what does it means? A is equal to 6q plus 0. Means first of all we just have taken the remainder as 0, or it can be written as 6q plus 1 if we take remainder as 1. It can be written as 6q plus 2 for remainder 2, 6q plus 3 when the remainder is 3, 6q plus 4 when the remainder is 4, and finally you can write it as 6q plus 5. But you have to write on it only for the positive odd integer. Now 6q will be, as 6 is even, so 6 into q will be even. Then for odd integers, obviously your answer will be 6q plus 1. Means 6q is even, even plus 1, that will give you odd. If we write 6q plus 2, then even plus even, that will be even. We need not to consider this. Then the next part will be 6q plus 3, means this will also be odd, and 6q plus 4 will be even. And what will be the next odd number? It will be 6q plus 5, and hence we have verified it. Got it? So let us start with the next question. Meanwhile, just go through with the question, what is given in the question there. Your third question is, there are 616 members and they have to march behind 32 members in a parade. Totally there are 616 members and they have to march behind 32 army band members. Basically these are the band members. What you need to find out, what is the maximum number of column in which they can march. So how will find maximum number of columns? The maximum columns in which they can march, basically that is the HCF of 616 and 32. So let us find out the HCF, as we have already done. How to find out the HCF? We are doing it with Euclid division lemma. Apply Euclid division lemma here. 616, that will be equal to 32 into If you can do directly, do it. Otherwise, you can do the division also. So 32 ones are 32 and it will give you 9 and here 288, then 8 means 32 into 19 plus 8, but we haven't got the remainder 0 here, that is 8 here particularly. The remainder is not 0. It implies we need to apply again Euclid division lemma on 32 and 8. So 8 fours are 32 and obviously the remainder is 0, or you can do 8 fours are 32 and with the remainder 0. So here remainder is 0. It implies HCF is 8, means the maximum number of columns in which they can march behind one another will be 8. Yes, got it? Meanwhile, go for the next question. That is your question number 4. And what you need to find out in your question number 4. Your question is, using Euclid division lemma, show that square of any positive integer is either of the form 3m or 3m plus 1. Square of any positive integer is either of the form 3m or 3m plus 1. So here let n be any positive number. To apply Euclid division lemma, Euclid's division lemma on n and 3, then what will happen? N is 3. If we divide n by 3, then obviously there will be a quotient and remainder. And what will be the condition on remainder? Remainder will be either equal to 0, 1, or it can be maximum up to 2. That implies n can be taken as 3q. 3q plus 0 means 3q. Then 3q plus 1 and 3q plus 2. Now what we need to prove, that square of any positive integer is of the form. So let us square these numbers. First of all, if n is 3q, it implies n square is 3q whole square. It means I can write it as 3 into 3q square. Hence it is written as 3 times another number, and let this be as 3m. Clear? Where m we have taken here 3q square. Secondly, take n as 3q plus 1. Squaring both sides, n square is 3q plus 1 whole square. Apply a plus b whole square. So you will get 3q squares plus 1 square plus 2 into 3q into 1. Then you will get here 9q square plus 1 plus 6q. Clear? Just writing first two terms combinedly and taking 3 out. It will be 3q square. 3 2s are 6 plus 1. Means it can be written as 3m plus 1. Where m we just have taken as 3q square plus 2q. Now come to your next part. If we consider n as 3q plus 2 and squaring both sides, will get n square as 3q plus 2 whole square. It implies n square is 3q whole square plus 2 square plus 2 into 3q into 2. So it will give you 9q square plus 4. 2 3 is a 6 2 is a 12q. The 9q square, I just have written 12q first at the middle position, then break 4 as 3 plus 1. Now taking 3 common from the first 3 terms, we'll get 3 into 3q square. 3 4s are 12 and 1 from the last step as it is. Means obviously it can be written as 3m plus 1. Hence if you will check, in the first part our answer was 3m and the second and third part we have got the answer as 3m plus 1. It implies the square of any positive integer is of type 3m or 3m plus 1. Hope you have got the question. Now come to your fifth question. Almost the same as the fourth one, but here we have proved it for the square, and in the fifth one we need to prove it as for the cube. To show that cube of any integer is of the form 9m plus 1 or 9m plus 8. So again we need to apply Euclid's division lemma on n and 3. It means n will be equal to 3q plus r. What will be the condition on r? R will be 0, 1 and 2. It implies n can be written as 3q when we consider r as 0. Secondly, 3q plus 1 and then 3q plus 2. Now consider n as 3q and taking cube on both the sides, we'll get n cube on the left hand side and on right hand side n cube is 3q cube, means 27q cube, or I can write 27 as 9 into 3 then q cube. It means it can be written as 9m and consider m in place of 3q cube. Then for the second part, now what we have to take n? Now take n as 3q plus 1. It means n cube. Cubing on both sides will get 3q plus 1 whole cube. Apply the cube here using the identity a plus b whole cube. So it will be 3q whole cube plus 3a square b means 3 into 3q square into 1 plus 3ab square means 3q into 1 square and plus 1 whole cube. Just open the cubes. Yes, what will be the answer in the first part? It will give n cube as 27q cube plus 3 square 9, 9 3s are 27 into 1 will be 27q square, and in next 3 3s are 9 and 1 square is 1 means you will get here 9 cube and 1 cube in the last is 1. Taking out 9 common from the first 3 values, the 9 3s are 27 q cube, 9 3s are 27, then q square, 9 1s are 9, or simply you can write here q plus 1. So it can be written as 9m plus 1. And the second part is verified. Then come for your third one. If n cube is, first of all consider n as 3q plus 2. Then apply cube on both the sides. N cube will be 3q plus 2 whole cube. Yes, apply the identity. It will be 3q cube plus 3 into 3q square means 3a square b plus I can write it here 3 into 3q into 2 square and plus 2 whole cube. So 3q cube will give you 27q cube. 3 square 9, 27 into 2 means 54q square. Then 3 3s are 9 into 4, 36q and plus 8. Taking out 9 common from the first 3 values, 3q cube plus 6q square, 9 6 are 54, 9 4s are 36 plus 8. Means we can take it as this value as m, then the answer will be 9m plus 8. And we can say that cube of any number can be, basically cube of any positive integer can be taken in the form of 9m that we have got in the first part, 9m plus 1, then we have considered n as 3q plus 1, and then in the last for the second part it is 9m plus 8. With this our 1.1 is over. In the next session we will start our exercise 1.2.